Butter. That's literally the first thing you end up saying the moment that I start the game. Butters, yes. Butters. Butter people. I'm just going to post the link on things real quick. Pass you the what? Okay. Alright, there you go. Is that done now? Have you played the Stanley Parable before? No, I have not. I will.
Sorry, I made the recording tent.
You made the recording tent?
Yes, I made it sound differently. I learned this from the kids. That we can't have sound openings for a cover. Can you hear anything else, Trevor?
Nope. And then I'll post it here. Yeah? You're gonna crash everything? You're gonna crash everything? No! And I wanna have the stream chat open off to my side too, and then we are a go. Hello everyone. What? What? Why isn't there? Oh my god, why is that everyone wants me the moment I start doing anything? Jesus Christ. Come on, Toey. What is it? What is it, Lazy? Alright. Well, okay, so welcome to the game where you worship a bucket. I guess that's what this game is about. I don't know. I've never played the Stanley Parable before, so... Would you say that's right, Lazy? Why is it? Yep. We are worshipping a bucket tonight. Okay, game. Hi, Toby. Come on. Yes, the story of a man named Stanley. There's nothing on stream? What? Fuck. And of course, how everyone wants me the moment I'm trying to do anything. Oh wait, I see why. There. That's what happened. There, I was an idiot. Yes, I was a huge idiot. Wait, what? No. We are quitting to menu. Excuse the noises in the background. I have birds, and there's nothing I can do to shut them up, so... Or was he?
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor where he was. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years in the company had he seen this complete isolation.
Oh, sweet. So so certain events had already happened with this, in Stanley's world before it happened in our world.
For the longest. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right. If only my cat would just leave me alone for a few minutes. There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, what does that say? Oh, it's a smile. I'm trying to read what that mug says. I like work. I just hate my boss. Sounds about right. What do you think, Lazy? Okay, that is actually kind of funky. When I hold my key, when I'm holding the W key, it just like when I let go of it, it just my character will still be walking forward for a split second. Yeah, I think the narrator should be trusted. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you and more. Using slides to ensure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and there's some bevel. I didn't even get to read all that. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Alright, is it? Number of slides on the slides. We have slides, charts, charts and slides. Radar, which charts on the same slide depict the same information? Okay. Please, no more charts, but... Okay. I just saw it for a split second. I just listen to the narrator. I know you can ignore him, but I'm listening to the narrator real quick to, yeah. Right? Beautiful. We is worshipping the bucket.
Descending deeper into the
So lazy. After this, do you want to do Tower Unite for the stream or? All right.
It had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, that's a safety hazard right there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read "Mind Control."
Yeah, but there's a sign right there that says escape. What does that say? Okay, how do you crouch? There you go. Oh, it's binary. Huh.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, because this is how I spy on people.
Each bore the number of an employee. Stanley's computers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to pictures on the screen. And Stanley hit one of them. Eternally monitoring this place.
Employee fired. Do you see that up there, Lazy? The ones that say that. That. No, Lazy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept a nightmare? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
I'm not even sure.
Truly spent
I think my.
utterly blind to the world? The heart of the operation controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and controlled from his fingertips. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine never again exert its terrible power over others.
Ooh.
Would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, by pressing this suspiciously big red button here. Oh, damn it, I can't do it. Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do. Alright. So when does our Lord and Savior, the bucket, come in? Alright. Guys, I have tons of jokes about the bucket. Looking for button 4. Where's button 4? I do not know where button 4 is. Oh. The what? Oh. Well, I wanted to know what those buttons did. Ah, yes.
When at last he found the source of the woman's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yay! They're dead! I mean,
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
oh yeah, Stanley is dead.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange machine hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was the one job in the power that he had been seeking. But happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. That was all he needed. It was perhaps the only thing worth it. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay, can I go through, please?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Or was he? Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Achievement unlocked. Get your first achievement. Oh, yay. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna check the stream real quick.
All this could have gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to get closer. Perhaps he split. Stanley came to a set of two open doors.
Screw you, narrator. I'm going to the door. I'm going to the door on the right.
And Stanley didn't have to be aware. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all. Just as Scott eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo while it is in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo. Cargo lift. $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure they would be doing it. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you can break this, Stanley. Someone who can trust you. Please, don't try and make every decision for yourself. No, actually, for me,
Who is her?
your chance to release, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
No, that's mean. That's mean. No. Oh. Alright, fine. So are you the... Good morning, employee. 427. Press K on your keyboard. What? Why does it want me to... No, I'm not going to press G. The narrator will just make fun of me again. I'm just gonna chill out here and wait to see what happens here. Until then, I'm just gonna check it. I'm just gonna check my phone. Okay, I guess I have no choice. Press V to spend time with the boys. Press K to prepare dinner. Okay. Please press P to question nothing. I question everything. I'm questioning everything right now. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay then. Okay then. Was that that was one of the endings. That was actually one of the endings. Is there a bucket here? No. No, there isn't. There's no bucket.
Stanley went around touching every little thing he could, but didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Huh. Exploring around.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he knew this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew that. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But let's get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, well, that leads me to one ending, so.
And so he moved towards the entrance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further on track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go
No, I'm going right. Oh my god. Okay, so you say it's this way. That truck looks like it's gonna run me over at any moment. Okay.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Just need to sit back to, Thank you. It's rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ah! Did you say wander off track?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
yes. We are going to find the story, but first I'm going to get a drink out real quick. There you go, got a drink out. So, Mr. Narrator, you said you wanted to find the story? Okay, let's go find the story, shall we? Are both these the same? Yeah, they are. Huh.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you, there definitely was a story here before. Do we just read this story all again? I'm unlikely to ever progress by starting over and over again. It's got to be better than this. Let's give it a shot. All of his co-workers were Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he'd simply was clever.
Alright, so I can turn off those monitors. Another.
Okay, it's worse. It's possible the story is bad, though we just can't.
Okay. Guess we're going back the direction we came from. You know, that coffee mug says, "I hate Mondays." Man, tell me about it. Is there a desk that says 420? Is there a desk that says 420? Please tell me that they have a 420 desk on here. Please. Please, I need the memes. I need the memes. No! No, they don't have it. Oh, there it is. The greatest room of all, 420. I'm not even gonna tell you why 420 is the greatest room of all. It's becoming worse. Huh.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I can't quite recall what I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that right? Do you remember, Stanley? Do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay! Huh.
Alright, I've got a solution. This time to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
You alright, bird? Alright, follow the line. Got it.
See, the line goes where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Wherever we end up beyond destination, even if there's no story there. Or to put it another way, it's the story of no destination, still a story.
Can you tell me where this line is going? Yes. Yes! Haha. No! I'm actually... Don't you know, I'm streaming right now.
Well, it's too late for your stream.
Okay, then. What a lovely time for that to happen, right? Okay. Studying the fern very very closely. Alright, back to the adventure. You know the narrator is my spirit animal here. Hey, Lazy, are you there? Alright. The narrator is the best character in this game. Lazy. What do you think this story should be? The story of the Stanley Parable. He just asked me what I think what the story should be. There's explosions and no. The adventure line. How could you do this to us? What in the world is that line doing? Okay. Okay. Burst through the ceiling. Alright. I don't even know where we're going.
Once we get what's going on, like this, I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean we break the cycle?
Lazy, did we break the cycle?
Whatever it is that made this schedule. No. How would we even know? Someone
Oh, what? What was that? Narrator? Awaiting input. Wait. Wait, input? Huh. Weird.
Stanley came to a set of 2 overblown. This was not the correct way to the meeting, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was fine. Oh, well, a lounge. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something
Lazy, didn't you say that there was a room closet ending? I already went down that way and got one in the ending. Oh, thanks for bringing that up. What is this game?
thinking about how he's describing my thoughts.
Lazy, what is this game? What have I got myself into?
I can't tell you what it is, but what's Stanley supposed to see in Corbin?
This is just insanity. Except you're not.
Someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Oh. Oh, did Stanley just go insane? Wait, Lazy, is the audio being played in the stream? Why didn't you tell me this before? Alright, how about now? Hang on, I'm gonna turn up a little bit more. There you go. Oh wait, this just leads to the same ending I had earlier. Nope, I just got into an elevator and just left. Ha ha ha. But I already had this ending too. Lazy, is it to the left or right? Wait. Wait, I mean, I think I already got this ending though. There was no colored doors. Yeah, I already got this ending. Hold on. Lazy, we need to kill the narrator. What should we do? Lazy, we need to kill the narrator. Oh. Because I'm literally just going in the different, to the different things I've already done. There, begin the game again. We are going on an adventure. That's a good question. Can I be in Love Room? Nah, screw this room. I had to do that. Demo and everyone keeps wanting the message here. What the? Hi, Kazooie. They're lazy. There's another path that way. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna... Yes. Screw you, I'm going through the blue door. They just say blue door. Alright, so Lazy, is the sound not coming in alright? It's still not coming in alright? Oh no, I just turned it up. What if I turn down my microphone? Well, I'm turning. Well, that's what I did. I have the game volume turned all the way up. Let me look at the stream playback real quick. You need to tell me this stuff, Lazy. Where is it at? Audio. There you go. That should hopefully work. And I'll flip it here and see what happens.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Now look at the playback of the stream again. Alright, so Lazy. There you go. I think I found the issue that's going on. And I'll flip it here and see what happens. Alright, I fixed it.
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Critical feedback. I'm gonna give a 1.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Nope.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
No.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah, it's only to do 4 hours, but if you really up to do it 4 hours.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play
yeah,
as
it
a
is.
creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there. Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric... Hold on, what are you doing?
I didn't even mean to do that.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. You still have so much...
Okay, this is hilarious. I love it. Now I'm in the back rooms, it looks like. Hey, Lazy, welcome to the back rooms.
You know I'm leaving. Screw this, I'm out. Bye.
Why don't you want to explore around the back rooms with me? Come on. I mean, it's not like there's some big, huge monster that's gonna come out around the corner at any time and just grab me and eat me or anything. Definitely not. This is genuinely kind of creepy, not gonna lie. This area is. What do you think, Lazy? Isn't this area kind of creepy? Excuse me.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay, that was something.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of The Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I'm just spinning. Okay.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fanbase rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
This is different.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something! Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Alright. That's serious. I can't go in there.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
I gotta
Wait.
check something, okay?
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling
He
as
is
I always
pretty
remembered.
preachy.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think.
Keep skipping.
So my theory is that any choice you've
Keep
ever
skipping.
made is simply
Keep
a...
skipping.
Well, there, sport. You really
Make him
did
suffer,
catch me
Turbo.
rambling
Make
on a
him
bit,
suffer
didn't
by
you?
skipping.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
Is the narrator dead yet?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It was... The end is never the end, 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 is
Yeah,
never the
what's up?
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Good.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
He was just saying the end is never. movie, to be honest. Just not much snow. Did I just kill the narrator and destroy the world?
Yes, you did. Congrats. You did.
A soft
you did the
wind
thing
blew
that I wish
outside
you
and
did. I
perhaps
wish I
rain
could do.
started, and if it
Congrats.
did, it
I
stopped
accept
shortly
the invite.
after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Yeah, I think I just killed the narrator and destroyed the world in the process.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Never the end is never the end is never the end is never.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps
buckets.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
We must
And to be
bow down.
honest,
We must bow
it's a
down.
much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Hold on, I'm bowing down to our Lord and Savior, the bucket. Okay, I'm done.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, this bucket is mine now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I'm probably gonna play a few more endings and then just, then we'll start talking tonight, alright?
Collectibles.
Yeah.
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Great new easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Oh my god, they had to make that joke, are you kidding me? They made a joke of how fucking hits was.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Yes, Lazy, this is everything a sequel should be. Wouldn't you agree?
What else?
Wait for
What
the
other
hole.
exhibits haven't we
Go
seen
to the
yet?
hole, Turbo. The hole.
The whole?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Oh. So which one, Lazy? Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday?
Happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
No.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Wait, infinite hole. Infinite hole, lazy?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great! Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I'll probably just do this ending and then turn off the game for now.
Turn to the hole, Turbo.
What's that? Return to the hole? Wait, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hey, lazy. The baby is all grown up. Is going into bankruptcy. Look here.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Alright, so you say go back to the hole?
Yes.
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Ah, yes, just me and the hole. What's going on?
My head's stronger. You're no longer.
Stanley? Stanley! Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, is there anything else I can do here?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step... Yes! You see! What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again! Do it again! It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Just abusing the crap out of the Jim button.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw
Jim,
the jump
how you
circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Right, Jim?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, Jim. How about you?
It could be better. My wife, Jim the Jim.
Your wife, Jim, has Jimmed another Jim? How dare she? You heard Jim in the game. Is there anything else for me to do here, or?
You can go back in the hole.
Yes. We shall cause chaos for the narrator. What a perfect way to end this stream, because I'm probably just going to only do the Stanley Parable for this stream. Dang it, he locked the door.
Wait, is that collectibles I saw?
Yeah, I already got one of the collectibles. Whether there's more in there or something?
No, I just got the crest.
You just got the pressed. Ah. I think that's all of it then.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Jim.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I think that's it then.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, that was that ending then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, well, I'm going to end the stream then.
Alright.
You got anything you want to say before I stop the stream, Lazy?
No, go ahead.
Alright, well, I'm gonna say this. If it's your birthday today,